This is an idea about whether or not rappers and MCs are relevant if they don't write their own rhymes. So, just to get that out of the way, just to get this out of the way, yes, you can be relevant. Kanye, Dr. Dre, it's been rumored that Little Kim or Foxy or even or Drake, I think I said Drake already, but no, I didn't say Drake. But he had some reference tracks. Now, I feel like this is my personal opinion. If you are claiming to be the GOAT, claiming to be someone that's, unfuckwittable on the mic, you can't you can't say that you're in that conversation of being the GOAT or I'm the best at any of this. But, I will still listen to your music, buy your records occasionally, buy some streams, whatever. But that's how I feel about it. Now, if you are all pure with your pen, you penned everything yourself, and I'm not talking about hooks. You can take hooks, that are accepted from you because Pharrell is famous for creating hooks. But if your pen game is all yours, um, I'm with it. Now, here's something else to add into the mix. Some people say that, influences, they influences can really affect how someone raps. Well, I think that everyone has influences. If you were just born out in the woods somewhere and you had never heard any raps, you'd be influenced by animal sounds. So we all need references to something else, right? But it doesn't mean that you're a biter or that you didn't write it. It just means that you're influenced. And so, with that said, I wanted to talk about how Jay-Z, for instance, Jay-Z is one of the greatest to ever do it, but he had a lot of influences, starting with most notably the Fushnikins. He had that flow. He also had Jazzo's flow, similar. He slowed it down, like when he heard Nas. When Young Chris came to Rockefeller, he kind of adopted Young Chris's flow. Young boys, Young Chris got that smooth ass flow. Shout out to Young Chris. Who else? Those are the only ones that I can think of. Oh, Big Daddy Kane. You heard him say some things that Big Daddy Kane has said. Come get some, you little bums. I take the cake, but you can't get a crumb. I forgot how Jay-Z worded it. He's used a few lines from Biggie. Now, with all that said, I still think that Jay-Z is one of the greatest to ever do it. I don't think that you can say that he's a biter, but I feel like Jay-Z is a computer. He'll take something and make his own version of it, right? It's like when a director hands you a script on a movie set, and he says, "Hey, yo, homeboy, I want you to, let's just say you're playing a drug dealer, and they want you to go and make a crack sale, and it's all like jive words that they're giving you, and the script says something like, yo, hey, homeboy, I want you to, yo, I can't even say the shit is so cheesy, but what I'm getting at is you have to make it your own." I've heard actors say that they do that all the time, where they take a script and they just trash it and do their own, right? So that's pretty much what Jay-Z is doing. Not saying that the lyrics that he's observed were trash, but he makes it his own. And he even said it in his rhymes, I say a big verse, I'm only bigging up my brother, big enough to do it. I'm that thorough. Plus I know my own flow is foolish. So them rings and things you sing about, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the bell rails in your mouth. He said that he's bigging up his brother. Then he proceeds to sing, them rings and things you sing about, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the bell rails in your mouth. And then he moves on to something else. When Biggie said it, he was like, it's more than I expected. I thought your juice was rented, but they wasn't. So run it, cousin. So what I'm saying is Jay-Z's a computer. And a chef. He's taking certain things and adding to it. Now, I think that's fair game, fair use, right? But you can argue and say that it's not. But this is my opinion. And yeah. Now Drake, I think Drake is dope as hell. I think Drake doesn't need any reference tracks. But I know when you're making hits, you have these writing teams and and all that. Drake accepts lyrics from for R&B songs that he sings. I like Drake singing. I think it's cool. Chris Brown doesn't write his own stuff. Maybe some. I don't know how much, but I think when you're someone like Drake, when you're in this circle and you do a lot of R&B, someone may pass you a verse here and there, and it may sound dope, and it's just like lines get blurred. So, but I can't put Drake in that. I can't put him in that bucket of like MCs that have the best pen game, because you don't know what's his and what's somebody else's. But I can put Jay-Z in that. Let me know what you think. All right.